Okay, well, we're in the workshop. We've just had some racks come through. Okay, I've just got some Indian Panya racks come through. I've got the Panyas coming as well, but they probably won't come till the beginning of next month, unfortunately. Now, this is what we have. I don't think it's too bad. It's piece of gear. It's could be a lot worse. Let's put it like that. I'm happy. I'm happy with what I paid for it. I think it's very reasonable. First time I've dealt with getting anything from India, and it all went remarkably smoothly. Although I must admit, some of the different hands that it went through, from the people that I was purchasing it from to the people that were shipping the article, seemed different. I wasn't quite sure. I was getting a bit lost there, but it didn't make any difference because they had it all in hand. It worked, and that's the main thing. There was a very small hold up at customs. I think that's because the size of the package, customs probably can't believe that the value that was put on the product that's inside the package. Basically, it's worked out to be just about half the price that I would have paid if I bought it in the UK, directly in the UK. So I'm quite happy with that. I think I've got a good buy. Well and truly wrapped, as you can probably see. Lots of bubble wrap. Big box came in both racks, the left and right, wrapped separately and then put into one cardboard box, and that all seemed to work quite nicely. Let's take all this cellophane off. Slightly well wrapped it in. The cellophane, as you can see, yards and yards of it, or should I say nowadays meters and meters of it. Right, I will go and get the box so you can see the box that it came in. Right, there we are. That's the box it came in. Well wrapped. As I say, each of the racks were wrapped individually. The welding is not the best quality. It's also not the worst. I have seen a lot worse than that. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it. The price, I'm very happy with it. This piece, of course, when it's on the bike like that, and this piece will be bolted here. Now, the thing I did find, it can be a bit fiddly and it can be a bit more involved than what it actually needs to be as far as I'm concerned. Right, let's get this the right way around. It's that way around. You can imagine this on the other side. That's the bottom bracket. I think that's 14mm goes in there. The top bracket here, which goes on the swinging arm. Now to take that bolt right out of the swinging arm to put it in is a job, because to get to the nut behind where the mudguard and the dual seat, the pillion seat is, you can hardly get to the nut. To put the nut in position, if you take it off, I think it's going to be extremely difficult. So what I've done is I have just cut so there's a slot here. So I've made that, instead of just an elongated hole, I've just cut it out so to make it a slot, and it just slips on. So the top slips on, bolts on. That's bolted there, it's bolted at the back. Now the weight is going to be down on that, it's bolted there. That is not going to make it that weak, or weak enough to be significant. So I'm quite happy doing that. It certainly makes putting it together a lot easier. Now the other thing is, I have at the moment, I've put the rack on the left hand side already. Let's take this, see if we can right now. So there's the rack fitted. As I say, this is the piece that bolts on at the bottom. Pannier will sit on there, be strapped on here and rest on there. It's damn secure. I can't budge it at all. There's the bottom fixing, which is an elongated hole. Plenty of adjustment there to get it in. That's worked fine. Up the top here, well, that's a different kettle of fish. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in to be able to see. Let's come round. You can probably just see the nut at the back here from the bolt that goes through here. The swinging arm bolt goes through, and you've got the nut right at the back here. Very difficult to get to. So this part of the frame, as I say, I've elongated so it just slips on that way. It's not going to go anywhere. Kept the handle. I find that very, very well for lifting it onto the center stand. Now, coming around to the other side, which I'm not going to do yet because I have this fixed pannier, which is the Royal Enfield pannier. That's mounted differently. That's not mounted onto the swinging arm bolt. It's mounted through here. This bolt goes right the way through, and it goes right the way through to inside the mudguard. So, bit of a fiddly job, And again, the bottom one is mounted at the bottom, the same as the, put that down, same as the other rack. Mounts at the bottom here. But I will be taking this off. The rack, the pannier, you can see how it's fitted. It's got rubber mounts where it's fitted to the bar here and standoff pieces. It's quite nicely made. It's lockable, and I think I will be selling it. So the box complete with the mounting bracket. I don't know, if you're interested, make me an offer. I'll be looking sort of maybe £50. Make me an offer anyway. So there we are. That's how it looks with the rack on there. I'm quite happy with that. Now we will be going on holiday early June. Not going far, we're just going to pop down to Suffolk. We've got some accommodation down there and we'll be looking at different sites of interest, or we find of interest anyway, like Sutton Hoo and Constable Country, Southwold, Framlingham. Might go to the classic bike dealer at Framingham. Can't think of his name. Andy somebody. Right. So as I say, I will prepare this one now. And as I say, it's a case of making this into a slot. Just cutting, cleaning up, making it into a slot so it will just slide in. And I will only fit this when I've got the pannier bags, because when I've got the bags I want the lockable pannier that I've got there. Okay, hope you might have found that of some interest. As you can see, I've already fitted the handguards and also the extensions, mirror extensions. Take the mirrors out sufficiently, makes a big difference. My phone holder there, camera mount there, and of course we've got the USB supply underneath here, which I'm amazed a lot of people that have got the Classic or the Meteor don't realise that they've got a USB power supply under. Very difficult to see it. I doubt if I'll be able to get round. Oh yeah, might be able to see it. Here it is here. I've got the USB cable plugged into it here. I don't leave that plugged in when it's raining. Not recommended. Okay, I think that's about it. You really need to see part 2 to understand why it's an unexpected video. So look forward to seeing part 2. See you all then. Cheers.